For 3 projects. So at this point in time, may I hand over to our colleagues to take us through the program which is before us. Thank you.
Good morning to you all. All protocols have been observed, so for the sake of time, I'll just go into the program. Right now, I welcome, invite Mrs. Tatiana Ellis to come up front and give us some welcome remarks.
Can I also say all protocol observed? Or I can prepare, I can do it. Okay, if you allow me to say all protocol observed, I would like to welcome everyone to Sunshine Development as a joint venture of City of Harare. And I would like to express my gratitude. You know, it was our dream to bring all the important big players roller to come to the same route. And sorry, I would like to acknowledge Mayor Jesse Wright. Thank you. Yes, His Worship Mayor, Mr. Mafumo. Thank you for coming. I know you guys, you're very busy people, and the most important people for us for Sunshine Development. And I'm so grateful you are here. You know that some folks said their eyes never lie. Sometimes, you know, mouth lie, but eyes never lie. And thank you for the Parliament Committee, Public Accounts Committee, to give this opportunity to us to meet together. And today the purpose why we're here, we would like to show a review about Sunshine Development, what we achieved, who we are, and what is our plan for future. And somebody asked me, what is your purpose here? Why we are here? I have to be honest with you. We are here to leave legacy for our future generations. We are here not to make a lot of money, to leave legacy. It's a little bit different. One of the head office belong to West Bank. This is built mostly to Sunshine Development. And I would like to invite our group chief project officer to go through small presentations before we go into the tour to visit our development. Thank you.
Thank you for coming through. My name is Martin Deville, Projects Officer for Sunshine Development. So I'll be briefly taking you through the projects that we are currently doing, and I'll try to be as brief as possible because I've only been given 10 minutes, but there's so much that I'd like to cover. So I'll ask my colleague there to just run through. So Sunshine Developments is a joint venture company between the City of Harare and Alpha Holdings, where City of Harare owns 30% and Alpha Holdings owns 70% of the joint development company. Sunshine Developments targets property developments in terms of the joint venture that Alpha shall transfer skills, capital, and that will enable the land transfer into Sunshine by the City of Harare. The joint venture is culminated into 3 projects, one of them being the Tariro Commercial Park Development, and Povisi Industrial Commercial Development, and Opley Development, which includes the Woods People's Market, which we'll have opportunity to go and visit this today. The Warren Hills Golf Estate, currently under planning, and which was also groundbroken by the head of state, under implementation, and we're looking to start, obviously, implementing these projects. This is just a pictorial that shows you when we actually opened the Woodsy People's Market. This was done in 2015, in the year 2015. So in terms of the Tariro Park development, which is one of the joint venture projects, this is a mixed-use development. It will incorporate a People's Market on 2.7 hectares, which is the People's Market, the Woodsy People's Market. There's a retail hotel center also on the property, and there's also a service station. So what has transpired so far is that, on the next slide, I just wanted to show you the magnitude of the interchange has impacted greatly on our development prospects with the service station, because the service station was supposed to be located right here at the corner of Chitwiza Road and Simon Mazola. So because of that, we are the land has been impacted to such an extent that we're not be able to do that development right at the corner, which is the service station. But if you look at the next slide, there is another piece of land further down, further just south of the People's Market, where we're also planning to put in some commercial warehousing, a truck port, and a truck in on that property. Some of the concepts for that trucks for the interchange, for the bus stop, are pictorialized as thus. We feel that there's definitely a need for some form of an interchange at that location. You know, with all the traffic coming from South Africa, it's a major hub in terms of distribution along either Benora or Chitwiza. These are some more 3Ds of the interchange that we're looking at. Enough about Tariro Park. I'd like to move you on to the Hills Lifestyle Estate. And I think in terms of the Hills Lifestyle Estate, the one thing that I'd like to mention at the onset is that we had a groundbreaking event which was done last month, and this groundbreaking event was also, I'm sure, quite a number of you might have noted, including His Worship the Mayor was also in attendance, where we also had this groundbreaking event with His Excellency the President. Just to show you that event.
Developed in the lush greenery of a USGA Spec Championship golf course.
Development has been segmented into 3 significant nodes. On the corner of Marada Drive and Kirkman, we'll have the residential aspect. In the middle will be the golf course itself, which is being upgraded into a USGA Championship golf course standard. And on this side here, at the corner of Sherwood and Kirkman, is where we will have the commercial node. So these 3 nodes do not link together, and they've been done specifically because the traffic coming into the commercial node need not affect the golf or the residential development. So in terms of residential, our first phase is obviously going to be the gatehouse, which is depicted on the opening video. And after that gatehouse, we're going to be starting with villas, 1 significant portion of the townhouses, 1 apartment building with 48 units, and 1 retirement building. Retirement building is about 4 floors, because we feel that there's also a need for people that want to retire and have accommodation within this estate. In terms of the golf course, which has been our primary focus currently in terms of the work that is involved because of the timelines within which it takes to develop a golf course, we have managed to create those ways that you saw in the video in this section here. So we've done from 18 to about number 12, going backwards. That whole section has been cleared, ways have been built, and we've also commenced with the actual dam that will be in the middle of the development, so that I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to see that. In terms of the driving range, we've opted for, instead of a driving range on water, we've also opted for one that is called in-range, or a top golf driving range, which allows for 10 to 20, actually 20 driving range. I'm not a golfer, but it's a double story here. I can tell in that driving range called Top Golf, and it will overlook an area that has been expressly demarcated for a driving range. In this section here, we will be having a tennis academy as well as a swimming academy. There's also a chip and putt section. Along Sherwood Drive, there's also an entrance into the club facility. This is a section where I'm sure you've seen it's been fenced off. We've been building boundary walls on that side. This side is yet to be fenced off, and we'll continue to improve the security within the estate. Coming further along south side, this is where we have the clubhouse, and then this is where we've got the hotel that was alluded to in the presentation. And then we've got these branded residences facing the golf course, and some branded apartments in this section. A conference facility and a mixed-use commercial center will top off the corner at Sherwood Drive. This is just an aerial footage of the area. This is just off Sherwood Drive. It's showing you some of the ways that we've been able to create. It looks very different now. I'm sure we took these a couple of months last month, but it looks a bit different now in terms of what we've been able to achieve in this section. So this is where we're creating ways. We're trying to create basically a wetland golf resort kind of estate. Our development partners are called Peter Matkovich. Peter Matkovich has developed over, I think, 20 golf courses in sub-Saharan Africa, and he's recently launched another golf course in Mauritius, and they've been very successful at what they do. And they feel that this area, this location, will definitely give us that impact that we want, especially with regards to the golf course and its upgrade. This is going to be some of the housing that I spoke to about the villas. These are some of the artworks that we've propositioned. This is the first golf apartment building, 48 units, which is currently being planned. This is just perspectives of the interiors of the golf. Again, we're not taking away the golf. The golf is there. So it's a lifestyle estate. We've spoken about golf, we've spoken about tennis, we've spoken about swimming. So we're introducing all these other usages into that development. We're talking about the commercial node, the mixed use, retail, as well as offices that will be included within the development. These are the townhouses. This is the first townhouse development that we're looking at. This is 28 townhouses, and we're going to be looking at also the retirement development. Alright, so that was it's the last one. This is now the PC commercial and industrial development. This is just south of the railway gantry along the Railway Avenue. And the project status here has been given. We are now at project implementation stage, where we're also looking to change the reservation of that area and introduce new usages within the development. And there's multi-story development, so that's gives you an idea of where that is in terms of ABC options, just behind ABC options. Thank you.
Thank you. I think before we leave, we have to ask His Worship the Mayor if he has any few words to say before
the Chief Executive, did I hear that well? Chief Executive, councillors, committee, and the staff of Parliament. Thank you for coming once again, and the acting TC. Thank you for coming once again. We were together last week. I think Sunshine Holdings is one of the companies, the legacy companies we have had. I think most of the companies we toured or that we showed you were the companies that were formed at that time and have continued up to now, and we are trying to see how much value we can get for the residents and how we go. We contributed, I think from the slide, the city contributed the land, the investor was to, in terms of the agreement, was to contribute money towards the development. I think 30 million was it. Then, I don't know if it is moved. So we did the land. So the land was transferred to from the city of Harare to Sunshine Holdings. So Sunshine Holdings, Sunshine Private Limited. Holdings is another. Sunshine Private Limited. So we then, the agreement then said the city council will remain with 30% and the investor will get 70%. And that is the current percentage of the shareholding in the company and the title deeds. Then we were supposed to, from then we were supposed to develop or an investment, and then it will work out the modalities of how each party benefits in that arrangement. We were then to place 2 directors into the company, of which we have done so. We have the chamber secretary as one of the directors and another nominee from us into the board of Sunshine as a minority shareholder. So it has traveled a lot of time to get to this present day. There was litigation, disagreements at that time, and when we got into council in 2018, there was litigation which was then settled. So we are at this point where we have to come to a solid understanding on how each party will benefit from the transaction, and in light of the various contributions that each party has done. Fast forward now, we've had some groundbreaking with the president, which I attended, and the number of councillors here did attend, and the president himself attended, which is the main land that was transferred in the process. There's other land at Mbudzi, and there's another piece of land in between Mbudzi and the Warren Golf Club, which should be in Arcadia. Yeah, in Arcadia, there's some land there which is part of this agreement. So that is where we are. I've had my opinions at various times where we've agreed to disagree and where we've also agreed with the partners. But it stands to reason that this is where we are. Our partner has gone various transformations from the time that we signed. I think our partner now is more known under the West Property brand. That's where they have sort of built their brand, and the Sunshine Limited is sort of subsumed inside that brand. It's something that we will have to also work out to see how that works out. But that, I think, were the issues that were asked by the parliamentary committee at that time, or the Auditor General at that time, to say what happened in the various contributions, what were the City Council's contributions, what were our partners' contributions, and these are the contributions as at this point. I know there are suggestions that have come around altering the agreement to remove certain pieces of land, to remain with some, or at least I was told by the chairperson of the committee that our representatives in that board, that we need to alter certain aspects of the agreement, but we are still to get full proposals on that and how that will work out. But our interest as council is to see the contribution that we did, the contribution that the partners did, and how we'll all benefit, or ultimately the residents will benefit from that relationship. So Thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship.
What is up after the mayor's presentation? Because it doesn't look like you are at the same page. Because after the presentation, it looks like the project is already far ahead of your relationship. You know, because he kept on referring to things that still needs to be agreed and so forth. So maybe the town clerk knows better, because the reason why we started insisting on having councillors is because when management appears before Parliament without councillors, we get different stories. So we always want the councillors to be there, since they are the ones that are running the city, and they are the ones also that represent the people. So that what management says and what the mayor and councillors say, they must be one thing. And we had an incident where even the last time the management did not even inform the councillors. Magadotiza councillor, but you know, it's a standard approach that we are carrying out wherever we go. If we go to Masvingo, we always insist that the councillors must always also be there. So, members of Parliament, I don't know whether we have questions at this stage.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so we'll entertain questions.
To find out with regards to this project which is happening in terms of monetary value, because it's an investment, isn't it? So what has the investor brought into the project in terms of money? Then what has council brought in? Then when we look at that, when this investor came into the project, initially then the property having not been pronounced with what is supposed to be happening now, it had a certain value. But when we talk of a certain investment which is supposed to happen on the land naturally changes value. In whose advantage would be the appreciation on value go towards? Is it sharing towards the investor? And how is it going to be shared? And how are we dealing with the shareholding capacity?
Okay.
Yes, probably that will build more questions.
Okay, and yeah, let's.
Chairman, I heard the mayor was explaining to us about the land. He said the land was transferred into the developer's hands. I don't know how much was realized, or the developer, did they pay something else to council, or it was just the land was transferred? That's what I heard. I don't know how much was given to council. That's what I want to know.
Writing down. Yeah, do you want to present that? You know the shares are
Yes, thank you, Chair. A couple of questions.
Sir, I don't know where.
Are you writing because you don't want to? Yeah, they said they are taking notes.
Okay, the first one is to do with the shareholding structure. What informed the 30% shareholding structure? Was it based on any scientific, empirical evidence, or was it just a ballpark figure? That's my first question. The second question is that the relationship between the city of Harare and Oga Investments, which has now become Westprop, goes back a long time ago. And my question is, have the issues that may have arisen to a separation, or indeed maybe even legal, action being taken, have those issues been resolved? Specifically issues to do with the Harare Airport Road, the Joshua Nkomo Highway, Airport Road, Gunning Rise, and I think, if my memory serves me right, the Borodo West properties. Has that been given finality in terms of the settlement between the city of Harare and the Oga Investments, which has now become Westbrook? Thank you.
I should not be trying to show that because you can't just come and overrule the chairperson. You are overruling me. Okay, maybe introduce yourself. Okay, can you introduce yourself first?
My name is Sibakaji, West Properties.
Okay.
What position?
Chief Finance Officer.
Dear Chair, sorry, let me start. The Chair, that's why you're the Chair. Thank you. All right, I also would like to introduce Sunshine Development.
Yes.
My name is Tatiana Ellis. I am one of the directors, Sunshine Development Private Limited, not Holdings Company. This is number one. I don't want any confusion. Number two, we have Chief Group Project Manager, Mandla. Mandla, can you show that? Okay. Simba would like to correct you. You Chief Group Chief Financial Officer, not only West Property. All right. We have also who is here. Okay, all right, all the staff, they're waiting you, Sunshine staff for the project, they're waiting you on the side. We've got general manager, we've got accounts department working on the site in each department, all right? Which I said I would like to invite you to look at, and I thought if you have any questions, we can come and we can answer. But to cut the story short, I would like to say to you, I'm not sure why our worship not confident about us. We do our best to contribute to this country. It's a hurting, but we will go through and breaking this break. I'm sure work together to know much more about each other. We will learn and we will respect each other.
Can we have one meeting? Can we have one
City
meeting?
of Harare. But I would like to take opportunity. I'm sorry, I'm foreign, I'm investor. To say, is anyone in the world to invest in the country and you give the land which is not zoned? There's no development, nothing. There's no project, no licenses, no development licenses. Is anybody can put money? When we start to work with City of Harare, and actually I want to say when this new mayor coming to us, we start working. We've got directors, we've got set up company, they start to give us permit and we start delivering. And we start to put money to the project. Today, when we 2006 or 7, we was talking about 20-30 million. Today, this project, it's more than 160 million. And we constantly put money to the project and develop. And I would like to members of Parliament, City of Harare, and really I want to say thank you to invite us together, because we are here to build together future in Zimbabwe. And I want you to see, to look at, and make decisions. And that's why today it's my best day for entire my 17 years, almost Zimbabwe. Anyway, in terms of to answer the questions, we have all the questions.
Just hold on. Honorable members, can we have one meeting, please? Right? This is not, we are not here to deliberate, right? You are here to get information. You will deliberate at Parliament, not here. So here we give you a chance to give context, then your officials can then come in and give us the detailed information. Because if you start making comments, we are already deliberating, which we can't allow to happen now. So what we'll do is, the context is good. Then I'm sure we will ask them to repeat the questions. Then maybe they can just then write to us and respond, so that we have detailed the answers. Is that okay?
It's okay.
So that we can also catch up on time.
I just want to say one more thing. All the questions which was Parliament asked us, we answered in writing. What is it called in English? On the oath. It means I stood up for any answer. And I believe Parliament can see this answer. Only what I want to say, everything what we are doing in Zimbabwe, we're doing legally, above the board. And that's why I say ICE will never lie. That's why we win all the cases, because it's only one way how you protect yourself. Do you remember when I was in the Parliament, I said for us, for investors, to invest in the country, we need only three things. First, law and order, and we're happy Zimbabwe with law and order. Second issue, don't ruin our reputations. We can also protect ourselves. And number three, need to be efficient. If country efficient, we will produce more results. Okay, sorry, because it was a lot of questions, I'm not sure with the details of the questions, but all the land which was transferred, I don't know if my team is there, was transferred according to the law in Zimbabwe. Everything was done officially. The land was transferred to Sunshine Development. Yes, we've got partnership 30 and 70%. Land which in transfer, I didn't want to bring to the attention, but because it's a race, was transfer which is not zone. You cannot do anything. You cannot develop, you cannot do anything. But you have to put 20 million. That's what's very sensitive for me. And I want the public to know that. But soon as we start to receive all the permits, developing, we start to gradually to put money. And we have audit, financial audit, which is an external audit, which is done every year. Even now, today, we are finishing. If you go to another building, you will see the audit sitting there. Sunshine Development, they finished 2023, which will be presented to City of Harare. We've got regularly meetings with the director of Sunshine. We even get meeting. It's actually a big surprise for us. And I think I want to say thank you to Mayor. Shareholders meeting. We also get in April. All the documents, everything is in order. Everything is done above the board. And I want to proudly say it. What we achieved without not too much support, it's miracles. Okay? Shareholder structure, I don't know, maybe, thank you, Councillor, to work with us, to break this glass and achieve what we achieved. And I really do it, because a lot of questions about the money.
May I suggest that perhaps we could either deal with the issues that have arisen when we meet as a committee to deliberate, and then decide whether we want to call the company instead of Harare back to Parliament, or write them and ask them to respond.
Okay. So what we will do,
Program?
as per the program, the questions that we have been fielded to you, we have written responses by Friday. No, by Thursday, because we are meeting on Friday. So let's have written responses Thursday, by Thursday, end of day, so that we can then discuss and deliberate on them on Friday, right? Then also including the rumor that he wanted to clarify.
I just want to kill the rumors.
Then you can also come through. Then I think there's a third question that you need to.
Yes.
Which one is that?
From the first gentleman, sir. First
Oh.
one of all. Yeah.
You can answer.
From
Business plan with regards to the investment. What value is the land now? And that difference, who is responsible for the accumulation of those profits?
Okay, we have noted the question. Okay, so can we have those responses?
You would see that these questions would complement for supplemental. Natural. Yeah.
Yeah, so what we will do is we will deliberate on Friday after the tour. Then if we still think that they need to come again, then we will make that decision there so that we can have an opportunity for supplementary questions. Because I don't want us to veer away from the program, because we are here on a site visit, but we are also entitled to ask questions. So some of the questions, can we ask them as we are touring, and also can we limit the questions to what we are seeing for purposes of deliberation, right? If anyone has got new questions, we can post them on the group, then I will forward them so that they can then do a comprehensive response to the issues that you want clarified. But for now, I think let's limit the questions to the project that we are here to see. I must say the presentation is very impressive, so we need to go on the ground so that we can see what you were showing us. So I think with that,
Thank you.
This interchange, it forced us to change it. T open side, so traffic was affected very much. So it forced us on Marambo Tiza and we had to make a strategic decision to cut a mile across by half, which was to manage to keep a market alive.
all right. So now you are averaging $6 per square meter.
Yeah, what I can say is probably invoice maybe about $50,000 per month, which is true, but we had actually reached 100,000 before the yes. So that's how we're just hoping that when our opponents opens up, I think we'll be able to go back.
So just to give you orientation of where we are, I think at the office there's 6 hectares here, 9 hectares next door. The 6 hectares here is comprised of 2.5 hectares, which is the wholesale retail distribution.
This is part of.
Yeah, it was part of at the time. And then this is.
At the time.
Yes.
I said, is it part you are saying it was part of at the time?
Yes, it was built. It's within the Sunshine Development.
It's still yours.
No, it's not ours anymore.
You sold it.
Yes. And then this one here is where the service station is. That's where we spoke about the service station being in an area where it's become inaccessible because of the interchange. So that is impacted the interchange. And then beyond this is where the truck stop and the bus interchange is planned for going towards South Africa.
Oh, but why did you sell that one?
I think we just the response was given in the last comment.
No, so I think it was a strategic decision which was done on the shareholders meeting.
Yes, can you speak up a little bit? So that can you speak up a little bit? So
okay. I'm saying it was a strategic decision that was reached on a shareholders meeting, I think, right? Back then.
Between the city and...
No. You see, the reason why we are here is that you can also meet as shareholders and make very unstrategic decisions that invites Parliament to come, because our job is to make sure that the revenue which is supposed to go to the seat of Harare is preserved. So you can make a wrong decision. That's why we want to know what Magaitekesa, when, how much, and so forth. Did the city of Harare did it receive its 30% SPO agreement? How much did they receive? All those questions.
I think
contractual agreement.
I think when it was sold, it was just.
Because from our observation, that's why are you doing together and so forth?
I think by the time that it was sold, I think it was the land portion that was sold, and the land was put back into development. And I think in terms of the profits, we've been remitting some profits through City of Harare since the market started to give us profit. And those remittances are going to City of Harare on a monthly basis.
But how much did you sell it? The land?
It's 600,000.
600,000.
The land or the building?
No, building wasn't there, just land.
The land.
Oh, just sold land.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can't say I got 30% of 600.
No, they're saying they reinvested in?
Yeah. Into the business.
In other words,
now the profits that are coming from the business now, that's where we are sharing the profits.
Do you mind telling us the rationale of that strategic decision? What was the rationale?
Well, I can just say that I think we just needed to put more money into the business so that we can reactivate the business.
So you really were trying to raise capital?
Not raising capital as such, but we were just plowing the money into the business.
But you have land and you sell and you put it into the business. Yes. So that's raising capital. Yes. You are raising capital.
Yeah.
Chairman, I'm a bit confused.
What is
They sold land. You bought land from council yourself. I need to understand.
Maybe council
We didn't buy the land.
No, we didn't buy
Or joint venture.
You didn't buy land,
It's a joint venture.
but you sold the land on your own.
No.
It's a joint venture.
With the council.
It's a joint venture because joint venture is 30% council, 30%.
Oh, so they got their 30%.
Yes.
No, they didn't get their 30%.
The man was
He said it was invested in the business, so they were raising capital.
Maybe
Using
Mr.
council land.
Can come in.
Oh, there is a piece of land which costed about 600,000. How much did the council get from this sale of the stand? That's our question.
Okay, thank you. Just as a background, Sunshine is a joint venture company between City of Harare and.
What does it
No, So the Sunshine Development is a special purpose vehicle and the land was transferred into Sunshine Development. This decision to sell the land was done by Sunshine Development and the money was then injected into the company. So it's not about 70-30. 70-30 is in terms of the dividend or the bottom line that comes from the trading activities. So selling of land is not a trading activity. So it was money which was then injected into the company.
What motivated the selling of the land?
Which year it was? Which year it was?
Maybe you can answer this.
No, I'm still on here.
Okay.
What motivated the selling of the land?
No, that is,
Bearing in mind that this was in-
they have answered that already. So we will then analyze. Because the answer here is that I think he probed them. And they've had structures. Okay.
So yes, there's a different figure.
No, they are saying the cost for developing this market is 3.7. Okay, any other question?
Can we go? Can we go?
You're waiting for a question, maybe there's someone else that's
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And she keep clean.